In most of my counseling experience, I've met both boys and girls telling me that I wanted to marry that person, but I later discovered that his or her character is not good. I do ask, what are those things that formed that person's character which you later discovered that were not good? And when they begin to mention them, I will now understand that they were mixing up character with temperament. And when you don't know the beginning of a thing, you will hardly make a better ending. In this video, I will be discussing with you on temperaments. I'm Mentor Chris, a family life coach. What is temperament? Temperament is a person's nature and how that his nature affects his behavior. Temperament can affect your behavior in a way that people will find it difficult to stay around you. And temperament refers to our innate trait. That is an inborn trait, which we were born with, and it affects us subconsciously. It affects our behavior subconsciously. So, how did we come in contact with this temperament? It was passed to us from our parents. Our mother and our father came together during conception and passed the temperament to us. So, it is an inborn trait that you and I received from our parents. It's a combination of your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents' genes. And in biology, we're told that the genes are the units of inheritance and the chromosomes at the time of conception. Temperament has a way of determining our basic behaviors. It has a way of determining what we do. That is why it's called what makes you act the way you do. So this is what is responsible for your opinions, for your actions, for your reactions, for your emotional responses. All those things you do sometimes begin to say, I don't know why I did the thing I did do. Paul was saying that the good things he wants to do, he will find himself doing a different thing. He was just trying to describe the behavior of his temperament-induced behaviors. So, the most powerful single human influence on any person's behavior is his or her temperament. And it's usually a combination of at least two temperaments, where we have the primary and the secondary temperament. Look at this. These are the primary temperaments. These ones you see here, the sanguine, the choleric, the melancholy, the phlegmatic, they are called the primary temperaments. You can also call them the basic temperaments. From this primary temperament, you now have the one that is called secondary temperament. The secondary temperament are when you have a combination of two of these temperaments. It can even be more than two, but at least two temperaments will give birth to the secondary temperament. Such as when you have sanguine and choleric, somebody can have choleric and melancholy. Someone can have melancholy and phlegmatic, but one of these will be higher You will behave more of one of these, while the other one that is not as high as the other one is the secondary. So nobody is a sanguine, as we always say. No one particular person is a choleric without the melancholy or without the sanguine or the phlegmatic in him or her. That means you can have the temperament of a choleric and that of sanguine combined in one person. So you need to understand this, and it plays vital role in relationship. They play very important role in parenting. If you understand the temperament of your children, you will be a good parent. Because it's not the same way you take care of a child A that you handle the child B. Are you going to apply partiality? No, it's just applying your understanding of their different temperament, their different behaviors. So temperament is important. It will help you in your marriage. It will help you to be compatible with your husband and with your wife. If you don't understand the temperament of your partner, you will always be misunderstanding him or her. And every day you people will be having quarrel. You people will be having misunderstanding. Temperament is very important when choosing or allocating jobs or duties to people. There are people that are naturally made to lead. And if you make these people followers, they will be having problem with the leadership. There are people who are meant to be followers, and if you make them leaders, there will be a problem, whereby that the group will be like a group without a leader. Temperament is very, very important. In everywhere you are going to relate with people, and it is their temperament that they are bringing in. If they have weak temperaments and you always capitalize on their weaknesses,